on TCM, Lady Be Good, then Rosalie, and later Honolulu. Say aloha to Eleanor Powell today. Toast the holidays with the TCM Wine Club. The perfect gift of wine with a classic movie lover in mind, where every great wine is thoughtfully paired with a classic film from TCM. When you join, as a special holiday welcome, you'll receive 12 wines, plus 3 exclusive movie wines, including a Christmas Carol Red Blend delivered straight to your door. This season, uncork the fun of movies and wine. Go to TCMWineClub.com or call 1-844-WINE-TCM.
Quiet on set! And action! We are kid fans.
We love classic movies.
And we're taking over. From silent comedies
to musicals
and everything in between.
Join me.
Join me. Join me.
Join me.
For kid fans. Only on TCM.
Most people know my father, Fred MacMurray, as the lovable TV dad of my 3 sons, or from the family films he made for Disney. As a child, I was one of those people. It wasn't until I was in film school that I learned how diverse his film career was from the 1930s through the 1950s.
Everybody thinks they look like a movie star.
After I saw Double Indemnity for the first time, imagine my surprise when I discovered my sweet, innocent dad could be a convincing bad guy. I told him, I knew you were good, but not that good. Before his iconic roles, Frederick Martin MacMurray left his Wisconsin home and traveled as a saxophonist and vocalist with dance and vaudeville bands. In 1933, Dad's band, the California Collegians, appeared in the Broadway show Roberta, starring Bob Hope. Dad and Bob became lifelong friends, and when the show headed to Los Angeles, Bob encouraged Dad to audition for Paramount Pictures. He said they needed some tall guys in Hollywood, and at 6'3", Dad had a commanding presence.
You think you're the head man around here?
Bob arranged for the screen test, and he even loaned Dad his top hat. Despite never having had a formal acting class or lesson, Dad landed a contract with Paramount Pictures, and in his first year, 1935, he made an astounding 7 films. He learned on the set from the gifted Katharine Hepburn.
Don't let's talk about me. Let's talk about you. What kind of man are you?
And from his 2 favorite leading ladies, Claudette Colbert and Carole Lombard.
You're supposed to kiss the bride.
By 1943, he was one of the highest-paid actors in Hollywood. Audiences adored him. They related to the directness, the honesty, and the truthfulness he projected on screen. Dad was the kind of fella you wanted to invite home for dinner.
Oh, Daddy.
But the home front changed. After World War II, audiences demanded more realism. Movies took a darker turn, and the image of the affable Fred MacMurray seemed a bit out of place. But it was the brilliant Billy Wilder who cast Dad against type as Walter Neff, the fast-talking salesman at Double Indemnity.
They'll hang you just as sure as 10 dimes will buy $1. And I don't want you to hang, baby.
Daddy was hesitant about taking the role, telling Wilder, I'm a saxophone player, acting in light comedies. The role of Neff? That requires acting. Wilder persisted, and Dad played Walter Neff, one of his greatest screen performances, and the role changed his career.
Yes, I killed him. I killed him for money. And for a woman. And I didn't get the money, and I didn't get the woman.
Double Indemnity proved my dad was capable of taking on a variety of roles. He continued to explore intense dramas, saddled up for westerns, but never strayed too far from his comedic roots.
Well, Cousin Bonnie, but...
Very funny.
Dad continued to grow as an actor, and in 1954, he delivered another signature performance as Tom Kiefer, the deceitful Navy lieutenant in the Caine Mutiny. Look at the scene with Jose Ferrer. Dad shows remarkable restraint.
Now here's to the real author of the Caine Mutiny.
On the outside, he's stoic and physically very still.
Here's to you, Mr. Kiefer.
But look into his eyes. You can see he is crumbling emotionally on the inside.
If you want to do anything about it, I'll be outside.
It's fascinating to watch, and you can't take your eyes off him. Eventually, Dad would team up again with Billy Wilder as the philandering executive in the Oscar-winning film The Apartment. This was Dad at his naughtiest.
You know, you see a girl a couple of times a week just for laughs, and right away they think you're going to divorce your wife. No, I ask you, is that fair?
No, sir, it's very unfair, especially to your wife.
Yeah.
Even though Dad did play some difficult characters in his films, they always had a few redeeming qualities, but not the character of Sheldrake. It was hard to feel any compassion for that character.
Oh, I have a present for you. I didn't quite know what to get you. Besides, it's kind of awkward for me shopping, so here's $100. You go and buy yourself something, huh?
Because Dad portrayed Sheldrake so effortlessly, it was polarizing for his fans. After the film was released, I remember visiting Disneyland with my family. A woman approached Dad and asked, "Are you Fred MacMurray?" Dad took off his hat and replied, "Yes, ma'am, I am." Then she angrily hit Dad with her purse. She said, "I took my children to see The Apartment." "Mr. MacMurray, that was not a Disney film." Daddy quietly replied, "No, ma'am, it wasn't." I'll never forget what happened next. He turned to my mother, who also happened to be the beautiful actress June Haver, and said, "Junie, that's it." From that moment on, Dad never played another bad guy.
I hereby swear to uphold and enforce the laws of this community of the United States of America, so help me God.
I'm so lucky to have known a man like that in my lifetime. He was incandescent, gifted, a natural. He concentrated on bringing laughter into audiences' hearts. I'm so proud of him, proud of the films he left us, proud of what a wonderful father he was.
I love you. I always have. And I'll always will.
Shortly after my father died, I asked my mom why she had fallen in love with him. And she looked me square in the eye and without a blink replied, "He knew who he was. He was never in doubt of who he was." For Turner Classic Movies, I'm Kate MacMurray.
Suppose you'll call this a confession when you hear it.
You know what happens to nosy fellows?
This is a cover-up.
Tell me, is it safe?
Until we meet again.
Here I am. I'm willing to give it all I've got.
I have undergone a change.
You look good to me.
I'll see you in my dreams, huh?
I got this feeling inside me like I was destined for something.
These holy waters left a chill down my spine.
There's nothing you can possess which I cannot take away.
There's our fall guy.
Jesus Christ, we're in a lot of trouble.
Whatever they're selling, I don't want it.
The turning of the projector is just the beginning. The untold stories behind celluloid illuminate the pages of the TCM library. Enjoy a racy indulgence with pre-code essentials, must-see cinema from Hollywood's untamed era, 1930 to 1934. Authors Kim Lou Perry and Danny Reed uncover a wild and wonderful chapter of movie history. Find this TCM library item and more wherever books and ebooks are sold.
All right, we're talking about the very irreverent, slightly dangerous musical Absolute Beginners from 1986, directed by Julian Temple. And if you're gonna spotlight one performer from this film, it has to be David Bowie. Now, David Bowie sings the title song, Absolute Beginners. That's over the opening credits. I really love this number, That's Motivation.
I want you to use your imagination. You wake up one morning and you ask yourself, why am I so exciting?
Julian Temple had worked with David Bowie before this movie. They had done the Blue Jean music video together in 1984. Julian Temple reached out to David Bowie and said, would you write and perform some music for this new movie I'm doing? And David Bowie said, not only will I do that, I also want to be in the movie. So that's what you're looking at here. And what I love about this is that it takes place in the 50s, but it was produced in the 80s. This song doesn't feel like 50s or 80s. It kind of lives in this timeless zone. But it's a great showcase for the charisma of David Bowie. Now, if you're not familiar with Julian Temple, the director of this film, he really made a name for himself in the music world. He directed a lot of the really great music videos from the prime MTV era. Some of my favorite songs like Save It for Later by The English Beat or Come On Eileen by Dexy's Midnight Runners. He did all those videos. And some people would say that Absolute Beginners kind of feels like a feature-length movie that is a feature-length music video. A lot of great 80s era musicians in this film. Ray Davies from the Kinks, I love that. That's a great move. Sade is in this film. But I just love this moment from David Bowie. Whatever he's pitching, I'm buying it.
This Noirvember, I'm pleased to be serving up an entire flight of films on HBO Max. See you in the shadows.
He is, I think, the most headstrong director I have ever worked with.
I didn't think he was an arrogant bastard. I certainly had self-confidence.
It was guerrilla filmmaking at the cheapest.
All of a sudden, wow! When I got into television,
all the stories that you've ever heard about him are true.
I still think I'm the best cameraman in the business.
It's sort of somehow symbolic of the end of an era.
TCM's The Plot Thickens podcast, hosted by Ben Mankiewicz. Every episode from all our seasons is available now wherever you get your podcasts. Visit tcm.com/podcast to learn more.